Attention in-range fans, Dixie Waste Services is here at Desert Brutality 2019 bringing us a fresh dumpster for all your dumpster fire stages. This is Russell Fagan, aka Sinistral Rifleman, and as I said in my other videos, I would be bringing you both the good and the bad from Desert Brutality 2019. Stage 5 was definitely my worst stage of the match. First up is my Classic Division run. This was the 6th stage that I shot during the staff match. Classic Division is firearms made before 1986 and replicas thereof. Rifles must have iron sights and magazines are limited to 30 rounds. Pistols must have iron sights and magazines are limited to 15 rounds. The stage begins with the shooter flipping over a card. The targets to be engaged later in the stage must be divisible by the number that appeared on the card. The shooter must transport this machine gun prop with them through this tunnel with their rifle slung on their back. This trench has been a staple of matches held at SUP since 2014. However, we've never had to both carry our rifle slung and transport the machine gun prop through it at the same time. You may have heard Brian Nelson tell me not to knock myself out on the bars. There is a reason that foam is present there. Other shooters in the past have caused themselves injury by going through this prop too quickly and diving headfirst into the bars. I really start to hate the way my sling is configured on my Classic Division rifle during the stage. It keeps sliding off and snagging on everything. I'm going to have to better address my sling configuration and sling technique for next year's event. Having drawn a 2, knowing which targets to engage is simple. It's everything ending in an even number or a 0.
Clear the rifle. All right. Bring that hunk of crap with you.
Once a rifle is cleared at this event, it's treated as a stick and the 180 does not apply. I actually use the carry handle to transport it because it's the most convenient way to carry it while carrying this machine gun prop. Both the rifle and the machine gun prop go into the trunk before I have to climb in through the passenger side window. If the match allows it, whenever possible, always practice going in through props like this during your stage walkthrough. While I had a little bit of a false start there, I did go back to the technique that I practiced during the walkthrough. Even though the pistol starts with a cold chamber, take care not to sweep yourself when you're drawing a pistol inside a vehicle. Back to engaging everything that is divisible by 2. I was 6th out of 23 shooters in Classic Division on this stage. Now for my Armored plus P Division run during the main match. This is my 15th stage shot. For review, Armored plus P Division competitors must wear a plate carrier, helmet, and all their ammunition for the entire match on their person throughout every stage. Firearms and equipment are unlimited.
5!
Everything about this is worse during my Armored plus P Division run. After day 1 of the main match, it rained, turning this stage into a mud pit. I covered my muzzle device with a piece of trash bag that would shoot off during my first round fired. This successfully prevented it from being occluded with mud during the stage. Inside the trench, I'm sinking into the mud. My rifle keeps swinging around where I don't want it to be, and the machine gun prop is that much harder to handle while it's covered in mud and slippery. Fitting through these tubes is made all the worse with all my gear snagging on every corner as I pass through it. Cinching down the rifle sling more to keep it from moving around on this stage didn't seem to help very much, and it made the rifle more difficult to deploy when I get to the shooting area here. This time I drew a 5, so the targets I need to engage are everything that ends in a 5 or a 0.
Clear, let's go!
Keep moving, Russell, keep moving. Grab that thing and go. Efficiency, Russ. Come on, buddy.
My squad mates are cheering me on during the stage, but honestly it's not something I pay attention to. I'm going to shoot my own stage, and unless I'm forgetting something that they're pointing out, I'm not going to pay attention to what they're saying. Getting in through the passenger window with all of my gear on is the most challenging aspect of the stage. Fortunately, I was able to test it to make sure that I'd be able to do it during our walkthrough.
That's right. Square peg and a round hole. You got it, man.
Look at the fucking flexibility.
Come on, Russell.
Because I was crawling through the mud, I left the rubber cover on my Delta Point Pro. When I take the cover off to engage these pistol targets, the dot isn't on and I have to take some time to power it up. I easily neutralize all these paper targets once it's powered up though. I'm honestly thinking that I'm glad the stage is almost over. This isn't the kind of stage I enjoy very much. Instead, it's the kind of stage I just have to get through without sinking my score too badly. I was 11th out of 24 shooters in Armored Plus P Division on this stage. This is the first win for the Classic Division version of myself. The reason for why should be obvious. Traversing through tunnels and props is much easier while slick versus wearing a bunch of gear. Hopefully my suffering has entertained some of you and maybe you learned something from watching this. I think that in posting this match video I make it clear that I'm not doing this to show off. My intention in posting these videos is to give people the full match experience so that they know what to expect when they show up. I would like to encourage anyone who wishes to test themselves or thinks they can do it better to show up to Desert Brutality 2020 and put it on the line in public on the clock for everyone to see. There's 3 more stages of Desert Brutality 2019 to go. How will it all work out in the end? Watch the final 3 episodes to see. Thank you for watching and come back again for more Desert Brutality 2019 match coverage, both the good and the bad.